a message of encouragement for you if you happen to be the parent of a child who's struggling. A couple of things I just want to say to you that I think you really need to hear. First of all, you are not alone. We know that approximately 1 in 5 Canadian kids is struggling with some kind of mental health challenge. So even though it can feel like you're alone, you're definitely not alone. I also want to tell you that having a child who's struggling doesn't make you a bad parent, just as being a child who's struggling does not make your child a bad kid. It's just the particular challenge that your family is dealing with. I also want you to know that there are things you can do to bring out the best as opposed to the worst in your child in terms of your parenting strategies. I find it really helpful to ask myself, what does my child really need from me right now? To look beyond the frustrating behaviors and try to figure out what it is that that behavior is actually trying to communicate. It can be really helpful to validate your child's feelings, which basically just means letting them know that their feelings make sense. When we're able to validate somebody's feelings and make them really feel heard, suddenly they can put the brakes on those spirals of emotion and they can begin to gradually shift into problem-solving mode. And you as the parent can really support your child through that process. And the final parenting strategy is to be a calming presence in your child's life. This is really hard, I know, because I'll never be a naturally calm person, but I try to remind myself to try to get to a place of being calmer a little more often, even if I'm never going to actually pull off the full-fledged calm. And finally, recognize how important it is to reach out for support from other people, particularly other parents who've walked this walk. You don't have to handle this on your own, and you shouldn't handle this on your own. If it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to support that child's parent. It's so important to connect with or even build your village so that you and your child have the support you need to thrive.